Hi everyone, and welcome back to my No Buy Year. This is a little bit of an impromptu update because I received some mail from Amazon and I wanted to go through the sales tactics used in this little innocuous mailer. So it might go without saying, but these are the kinds of sales tactics used by many brands, not just Amazon. I do think there's a little bit of safety in criticizing Amazon for using these sales tactics rather than criticizing the general marketing at large or the general public's falling for them, or, the mentalities we have towards these things outside the context of Amazon, if only because Amazon itself is kind of a large and problematic company. But some of the things I'm about to say might be able to be extended to the world of sales at large. And this is not going to be a comprehensive guide either. I'm just going to be going off of the examples presented in this mailer, which is directed towards kids, the Amazon Kids gift book. It's kind of one of those catalogs where kids can look through and, there's a little wish list in the beginning here to give the kids a place to list the things that they want. This wasn't addressed to me by name, by the way. It's addressed to the current residents. And we don't have an Amazon Prime account. We have shopped at Amazon before. There's just the context behind receiving this mailer. Share the joy. So let's open it up. And like I already showed you, there's a provided wish list for the kids to fill in. Welcome Wanderers. It's presented kind of like an adventure. Little activities here. Draw a gift you would love to give to someone special. And then a little trail to follow through the magazine, starting with toys we love, wish list starters, gifts by price, gifts by age, and gifts by interest. Let's go. So the first category, toys we love. This, in my opinion, my estimation, is better read perhaps as the toys we would love to sell you. So they're curating this collection of toys we love to entice our senses, or the senses of our kids who might be asking for these things, and maybe presenting the heavy hitters first, right? The things that might be highly desirable, might be trendy. Some of the examples here are balance stepping stones, looks like a kind of game for the kids, a Polaroid Lego camera, some stuffed animals, Amazon Prime delivery van ride-on. I hope that's a joke. I mean, why are we getting our kids a toy Amazon Prime delivery van? I think that might be a sign that Amazon is too ingrained in our society. But anyway, no judgment on other people. I'm just reacting to this magazine. There is a Spanish edition of a Smart Girl Engineering STEM kit, which addressing a STEM kit to a girl in particular is, I don't know how I feel about that, right? Because I don't necessarily think these things need to be gendered. And while it's good, perhaps, to foster more female involvement in STEM activities, I'm just not sure that this is a step forward, or if this is the way to do it in the way that is indicative of progress. There's a Miss Rachel Speak and Sing doll, a popular social creator, YouTube and TikTok creator for young kids. A Play-Doh toy, and a digital pet. Next few pages continue with the toys we would love to sell you. The Furby is making a comeback, apparently. There's a classic Elmo, and then the Magnetiles that I've seen also recommended by a lot of parent influencers. We're gonna skip through the next few pages of toys we love to sell you and go to customers most loved. Now, having a section of customers most loved is appealing to the sense of wanting to fit in with the group, or if everybody likes it, then there must be a reason for that, right? It must be good. When you see a product on Amazon with majority 5-star reviews, even if you know that some of them might be robots or paid these days, it does provide a sense of confidence in that purchase, right? So I think they're trying to appeal to that sense of confidence in purchase with the customers most loved section. So anything on this page is kind of assumed to be a better product because it's perhaps more often purchased by real customers. You can't actually see that on the magazine, right? They've just curated this collection of things to put under this heading. So we don't actually know if these are the most bought gifts or toys on the site. I'm sure that there is some validity to it, because you could just go look on Amazon and see how many customers have purchased this, how many reviews there are, and things like that. But this is a sample of the things on the customers most loved page. And the next page is gifts teens gotta have. So if you really wanted to get your teen a gift that they gotta have, rather than talking to them and asking them about what they might actually like to receive, you can go look at this page on the Amazon catalog. The next section is only at Amazon, so appealing to the exclusivity of things you could get nowhere else, or perhaps things that are a better deal at Amazon than anywhere else. All of these are labeled as an Amazon exclusive. So again, it's that sense of FOMO they're trying to tap into. If you don't get these at Amazon, you can't find them anywhere else. This is a special version that you can only get here. And while you're here getting this special version that you can only get at Amazon, maybe you'll add some of the many other things in this catalog too, since when you're already making a purchase, it's easier to just add something else. I will personally not be buying anything only at Amazon. My goal this season is to not buy any gifts on Amazon. Perhaps I should have said that at the beginning. And again, here's just a brief sample of the only at Amazon gifts. You can probably find a version of these somewhere else. The next page is the now trending page. So again, appealing to the sense of wanting to be in, wanting to be current, wanting to make sure that we're getting our kids, if we're shopping for kids, the latest and greatest thing that they probably want. One of the examples of something on this page is from Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast Lab Panther. I have no idea what that is, but I do know that Mr. Beast is a huge creator on YouTube. There's also smartwatches, another Miss Rachel merchandise puzzle, an instant photo printer camera, and then a beginning crochet kit. And I actually have used these exact crochet kits. I purchased directly from the company, again, influenced by a marketing ad, probably on Instagram, but not on Amazon. I will not be purchasing more of these on Amazon, or full stop, now that I kind of have the basics of the crochet down. But there we are. This next category is actually one that kind of bothers me for multiple reasons, and it's called Gift with Heart. Discover more sustainable products and shop gifts from Black-owned and small businesses. I am not against buying more sustainable products. I'm not against producing more sustainable products. I'm not against shopping from Black-owned and small businesses. I think Black-owned businesses, small businesses, deserve to be elevated as a first option of purchase rather than going to large corporate companies. So with all of that out of the way, I really don't like to see these tactics used to sell under the umbrella of a big corporate company such as Amazon. And I have heard things, I'm not a business owner, so I don't know firsthand, but I've heard things about how selling on Amazon is not the greatest for small businesses. There are policies that are disadvantageous for small businesses, and I've heard about many small businesses removing their products from Amazon. So I don't actually get the impression that Amazon is trying to help small businesses, Black-owned businesses. I think they are using this as a sales tactic to try to appeal to those customers who perhaps already shop on Amazon or want to be more conscious consumers, and offering them a way to do that while still shopping on Amazon, giving the illusion that Amazon is trying to be conscious in some way as well. So again, this to me is one of the most insidious categories of sales tactics. Wanting to do something good or contribute in a positive way with our shopping, and trying to offer the consumer a way to do that while still supporting a massive corporation. I'm not even sure how I feel about it as a blanket marketing tactic as well, because if you don't really need something at the time, it doesn't really matter if you go to a small business or a Black-owned business or a minority-owned business or a woman-led business. You're still buying something that you don't need, and it's still going to be an unsustainable thing to do, no matter how sustainably made the product is. If you don't really need it, if it's not going to add the value to your life that you imagine it will, if it's going to become part of a buy and declutter cycle, if the holiday season is just enabling you to shop or buy things on Amazon when you otherwise wouldn't do so, then it's not going to be a sustainable purchase, no matter how good the source of the product, no matter how much support you might be giving to the small business or the minority-led business. And I'm open to hearing comments and feedback about this. There are probably things I don't know and understand about this, not being a business owner myself, but that's just my initial 2 cents, not trying to get canceled. And then we enter the pricing category of gifts. So we have under $10, under $25, under $50. Again, a carefully curated collection of things to awaken the senses of children looking at this catalog so that they can tell their parents what they want, make a wish list, have that be one of the fun holiday activities. And by the way, it's currently early October, And what is that? October, November, December, like 2.5 months maybe of gifting window for kids to have this catalog and be excited about it. Obviously, I have appropriated this catalog in my household because I wanted to talk a little bit about it. Consider this a little bit of an introduction to November sales and holiday content. There will be more of this to come, and it won't necessarily be focused on Amazon. This was just something that literally fell into my mailbox, and I couldn't pass up the chance to talk about it a little bit on camera because just looking at it, these seemingly innocuous headings of these catalog categories just stood out to me in a different way since I began the journey of becoming a more conscious consumer. And so I just wanted to share a little bit of that thought process on camera today. And then, continuing to flip through here, we've got categories for toddlers, categories, it's a big category for toddlers actually, with a seemingly endless supply of toys. Categories for kids. There's a lot of cartoon characters and rainbow colors and Transformers and Hot Wheels, and categories for tweens and up. Starting to get into more action figures, more digital toys, video games. Now we have all ages. We've got some Disney, some Pokemon. Got some games in here too. There's coloring pages, there's a word search. They're trying to make this fun. This catalog a piece of fun entertainment. We've got a whole category of building sets. Toys that you have to constantly buy more pieces of when your kids are leveling up the creations that they make. I did actually recently get some secondhand Lego Duplo blocks because we had a small kit and my kids reached the stage where they had been building things that were larger than the amount of pieces that they had. So they were kind of, unfinished projects. And I used some of my Mercari credit to buy them a box of Lego Duplo pieces pre-loved. So these things can often be found not new at Amazon. So there's a little pre-warning. And then, kids don't really care if their toys are new or secondhand as long as you set that precedent early on, right? Something that's used doesn't have to be bad. Something that's new is not necessarily better. And especially with these toys that require more pieces and also age out, right? My kids aren't going to be playing with Legos when they're teenagers, probably. So why am I going to buy into the demand for constant new production of these pieces when there are plenty in circulation? There's another category, wins for the whole family of games. And again, I think this is a tempting category to fall into because it promises time together as a family, a quality activity, a non-digital activity. But if you don't already play games, it's probably not a wise idea to go out and buy a new game. You could probably find one secondhand, you might already own a game, and if you don't have the habit of sitting down and playing it already, that's probably a habit to instill before you go buy something new. Next category is crafts. Once again, an endless, bottomless pit of possible purchases. This could be for all ages, right? Adults are known to get into craft hobby holes too. Next category is STEM and learning. We've got some National Geographic kits, again using a reputable scientific brand to sell cheap toys. I have experienced some of these kits, not with my own kids, but possibly in my own childhood and also with other older kids. But these things are generally not designed to be kept. You create the activity, you do the experiment or whatever, and then you have a whole bunch of pieces and parts that need to be thrown away, and a box to be thrown away, and little plastic parts to be thrown away. It's really not a good buy. And I think the category of STEM and learning is another dangerous one because there's the perception that these are smart toys or educational toys, and even kids know that if something is educational, they can maybe get their parents to buy it, right? I used that trick on my parents. When advertising was telling me that a toy was educational, I would tell my parents, hey, it's educational, I'm gonna learn something, to try to get them to buy it for me. I don't know if that's the product of having one Asian parent who placed such a high priority on STEM and educational value that I knew I could kind of get to her that way, but I do think it's a kind of selling point for many of these toys. Many of these collections of little pieces of plastic. Then we've got a story time category, creatures of comfort, stuffed animals, collect the cuteness, collection of cute plushies and collectibles. Characters in movies, there's a specific category for favorite characters. So again, they're really making it easy for kids to track down their favorites of something, things that might catch their eye, presenting things sometimes multiple times in different ways. There's a Star Wars page, Jurassic Park page. I didn't know that dinosaurs, as far as Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, were still a thing. Little Wednesday Addams, a Harry Potter. I'm probably not going to show all of these because I don't want this to look like an Amazon ad. It's definitely not. It's an anti-Amazon ad, if anything. If there is anything that you have your eye on from Amazon, and would like to be talked out of it, you can let me know in the comments below. You can email me anything. I don't know if this time of year is a good time to do a gift de-influencing video, but I do think we are prone to regretting gift purchases after the season is done, right? Because like I said, some of these kits are just eventual trash. Some of them become trash sooner rather than later. Some of them are things that kids especially will grow out of. And then we've essentially made all of these gifts into a sunk cost, right? Some of this stuff is expensive. Some of this does not last a long time. Some of it is an environmental nightmare, right? With new plastic, little pieces produced constantly. Where are they going to go when the kids are done with them? If we can't rehome them and they become little pieces of trash, then there's all sorts of environmental and social implications for things like this. And I don't want to rain on the Christmas gift parade. I would like to find a reasonable alternative both for my household and for others out there as far as providing options for what people could do instead and feel better about all around. So that's going to be a project on here over the holiday season. But for now, if you would like any particular kind of gifts or products that are pitched to us or companies or whatever to be a part of a de-influencing discussion, feel free to leave those in the comments below and I will do my best to get to those. Anyway, just flipping through the rest of the catalog here, I'm not sure that I need to go through anything else. There's just many more categories: dolls, cars and action, outdoors, gaming, music and tech, fashion, and then that's it. This is a 95-page mailer that I didn't ask to receive. 95 pages of colorful paper. Normally, you know, I remember the days where you had to pay a lot of money for a colorful booklet like this, and here's Amazon sending this out for free to households that don't even want it. And I will not be buying anything in this catalog. So it didn't work. It didn't work on me. And maybe after watching this kind of material will no longer work on you either if you weren't already in that boat. Consider this another thing added to the list of things that make me mad about marketing big companies the holiday season. So much waste in here. So many insidious advertising tactics designed to prey on our sense of FOMO and designed to incite the imagination of our children so that they start asking us to buy the things in this catalog under the guise of a nice wish list activity or education or supporting a small minority business. There's just so many problems I have with this catalog, and it's time to get it out of my life. All right, if you enjoyed that kind of introductory chat about marketing, the holidays, gifting, things we don't need, feel free to, like I said, comment your ideas for more content of this nature. I do hope to provide some positive content on this subject. I don't want it to all be me being a Scrooge about holiday gifts. My children will definitely be getting gifts this season. I'll definitely be getting gifts this season. Everyone in my family, we're still a gifting family, right? We're not removing physical gifts from the table. And on some level, it kind of feels too early to talk about it, but at the same time, I am getting some gifts now, especially secondhand, so that I have time for things to pop up in the secondhand market and, you know, have time for shipping and trying to buy things in the most sustainable way possible. I also want to avoid the sale season to the greatest degree that I can. If there's something I know I have to buy new or would be better to buy new, like we're possibly going to replace our chipped ceramic frying pan this season, I will be bookmarking those items on a mental wish list or perhaps a physical one at this time of year only. I have talked about how wish lists are not a great idea in general, at least for me, but those kinds of things might be bookmarked for a Black Friday sale lookout because I'm not against saving money on things that we legitimately need. But for the most part, for holiday gifts, I would like to avoid the holiday sales frenzy. And so I am starting to look at these things in October so that I don't get swept up in the pressure to buy something new, the pressure to buy something on sale, the pressure to buy it now in the 5 days or so, you know, between Black Friday and Cyber Monday and whatever Tuesday. They keep getting longer, right? The sale season used to be mainly Black Friday and now it's the whole weekend, right? Sometimes the whole Thanksgiving week. So I will come prepared with sales fighting content for that whole Thanksgiving week, but consider this the soft introduction sometime in October. All right, I'm gonna stop ranting there for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.